What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Man Up. I'm coming at you with a quick video. Houston Rockets versus Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 5, 2020 playoffs in the bubble. Again, that's a lot to say. Alrighty. Now, this game, I'm not going to lie, was all over the place. Wow. Rockets started off on fire, kind of cooled down a little bit in the second quarter. Then in the third quarter, like midway in the third quarter, I think his name was Dennis Schroeder, if I said his name right, got ejected along with PJ Tucker. My personal opinion, I don't think, as a Rockets fan, I will admit this, I don't think Dennis Schroeder did anything wrong. He was running. You know, when you run, your arms be flailing sometimes. And it caught PJ Tucker between the legs in the sensitive area, like they said on TV. That was funny. In the sensitive area. And PJ Tucker got upset, headbutted the dude. And PJ Tucker was supposed to get ejected for that headbutt, but I don't think Dennis Schroeder should have got ejected. Now, as a Rockets fan, I'm glad he did because he caught fire in that second quarter. He scored 18 of his 19 points in that second quarter. So he had caught fire. So it kind of worked out in the Rockets' favor. So, woo. All right, now back to the game. Now with this game here, man, the Rockets won by 34 points. I was not expecting that at all. Rockets won 80-114. Now it takes a 3-2 lead. Hopefully we can go ahead and close this out. Game 6, on Monday. Excuse me. Either Monday or Tuesday. I got to look it up, but Monday or Tuesday. Now, let's go ahead and break this down. Eric Gordon, 20 points. PJ Tucker, 5. Like I stated earlier, he got ejected. Robert Covington, 22. James Harden, 31. Russell Westbrook, 7. Russell Westbrook, had a lot of rust. He was missing a lot of easy layups that he would normally make, some shots that he would normally make. Me personally, I was encouraging him to keep shooting, get rid of all that rust. But, he still did his thing. With 6 rebounds and 7 assists. He still played pretty decent. Jeff Green, 9 points. Daniel House, 7. Austin Rivers, 5. Ben McLemore, 3. And Carroll had 2. And Frazier had 3. Whew. Now, this was a balanced scoring game by the Rockets. And this is what I was talking about with game 1 and 2. When you realize them threes ain't falling, drive to the basket. And they was doing that. It was a stretch where they realized some threes wasn't falling, start driving to the basket, getting to the free throw line, getting layups and dunks. And then what's his name? Covington all of a sudden caught fire as well too in that fourth quarter, hitting all those threes. But at the end of the day, man, the Rockets did what they're supposed to do. Shot 48 threes, made 19 of them. That's a lot of damn threes to be putting up. So, but, still, wasn't that bad. Now, here goes a stat that, once again, that I say amazes me. Rockets 55 rebounds to the Thunder's 58. Right there with them. Yeah, of course, I'll rebound by 3, but right there with them. And, the Rockets is a smaller team. They win small. But this is why the Rockets won. Assist. 28 assists. And they also had 12 steals. So that most of the time they'll win your games. So the Rockets did what they were supposed to do. Now with that being said as well too, Rockets now got the 3-2 lead. And like I said, this was a game that was kind of all over the place. Like I said, I will personally admit as a Rockets fan, I don't think, if I think his name was Dennis Schroeder, if I said it right. When he was running, trying to chase James Harden, on defense. And PJ Tucker set the pick. Schroeder, when you run your arm speed, going like this here. And that's what Dennis Schroeder did. I'm only doing this for the camera so y'all can see me. But, that's what Dennis Schroeder was doing. And it, bam, caught him in the friendly area, like a better term. And, that's what set that whole media spark off. That whole thing going. Now, I do not think Schroeder did that on purpose. At least it didn't look like it. And even when, after it all happened, after they collided, Dennis Schroeder walked off, started talking to the refs. PJ Tucker is the one who instigated everything. But like I said, it ended up working in the Rockets' favor because he caught fire in that second quarter. And with him leaving, nobody else was able to do anything on the Thunder. That's why they only scored 80 points, excuse me. Also, too, let me say this here as well. When I was watching the game, they brought up a stat. Every time the Rockets hold a team under 100, which was 6 times, the Rockets are 6-0. So I guess that means we better start holding teams under 100. So, with all that being said, hopefully, we can go ahead and close out the series in our next game. I think that would be, that's on Monday. So, we'll see what happens. Now, the Rockets did dominate. Like I said, that fourth quarter, Covington just caught fire, was hitting everything. And this is what this is what I was talking about. Game 1 and 2. Shots are not falling, them long threes are not falling. Drive to the basket. Get some layups. Get fouled. So that way, you can go to the free throw line. Keep that stuff like that going. Now, I'm glad to see Russell Westbrook that came back. He didn't play that well. I ain't gonna say he didn't play that well. He didn't play like his normal self. And I get that because he haven't played in like what? I think they said a month and a half or something like that. Somewhere around there. I mean, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But he did his thing. He contribute, and that's what I'm talking about. 23 minutes, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. That's not bad for someone who's trying to shake off the rust. That's not bad, and that's what that's what I'm saying. You gotta try and find other ways to contribute to win, and at the end of the day, that's what you want is a win. So if we keep playing like this, like I said before, if we play this kind of game, where we realize that we have to do other things to score, and not just rely on these long ass threes, we can do it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the threes. I'm only a fan when you make them, but I'm not a fan of taking all those threes. That's what I'm trying to say. Take some mid range. Take some mid range shots. I know that's the coach's scheme, 3-pointers, but don't always take all those shots. That's another reason why I like the Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook, because they don't always take all those threes. Play your game. We know this is what the coach's style is, but play your game. You also have to go with the flow of the game. And another thing, speaking of the flow of the game, I hate that the Rockets was trying to get these cheap tic-tac fouls, going to the basket and stuff like that to inflate on like that. Cut that mess out. Come on, Rockets. Come on now. Especially my boy, James Harden. Cut that mess out. Let's play. But I will admit, hey, if the refs will give it to you, I'll do it too. I ain't gonna lie. But no, let's cut that mess out. Let's play some ball. But anyway, with all that being said, man, good win. Good dominant win. Things did end up working up in our favor, like I said before. And I will 100% say this again. I'm going to say this one more time before I get up out of here. When these threes are not falling, this is what I said we need to do. In games 1 and 2, and now 5, you see it worked. So obviously something got to click there. And the threes ain't falling. If you take 3 of them and only make 1, or don't make none at all, take mid-range shots. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I don't care if they all fall. I still wouldn't take them many threes. That's just me personally. But I know they're doing what the coach tells them to do. But sometimes you got to improvise. And today, like I said, today they did it. They still put up a lot of threes. But a lot of shots they put up too, because the Rockets, the Rockets put up 100 shots, was 43 for 100, and 43 of those makes they, 100 of those shots is what I'm trying to say, were 48 threes. So just a little bit over half of these shots was, inside the three-point line. That's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, like I said, I think this is what won the game. 28 assists to their 11 assists, and 12 steals to their 3 steals. And points in the paint. I forgot to mention that. We had 44, they had 34. So most of the time, that's a recipe for a win. And like I said before, if we keep playing like that, we will win games. We have to keep playing like this. So with all that being said, I am finna go ahead and get up out of here. This is your boy Man Up. I'm Chucking the Deuce. And as always, you see the man cave around me. You was in the man cave? Now I gotta kick you out the man cave. Peace. Holla.